So for today's video, it's going to be a continuation of our Beauty on a Budget series. And if you guys have not watched our first episode, you guys should go over to that video first. Check that one out. We talked about affordable body care in that video. But today we're going to be talking about skincare for the face. So basically today we're talking about titties up. Last week it was basically about décolleté down. But we're talking about this area today because we know that a lot of you are always asking us about affordable skincare because you guys know Kendra and I have kind of become skincare obsessed over the past couple of years from having our own skincare struggles. And we like to share our knowledge with you guys and things we've learned along the way. And we know that skincare can be very, very pricey. Yes. But we wanted to show you guys the affordable skincare that's also effective. Yes. Because you don't need like $1,000 worth of products to have clear skin. So these products are very affordable, and I personally think they work better than a lot of the expensive products. Some brands, they just have a skincare line just to say they have one. They don't really care about the integrity of your skin and ingredients. So we're gonna be sharing with you all the affordable products that we like to use in our current routines and products that we've used in the past that have given really, really good results. So we're gonna start with cleanser, but first we're gonna start with cleansing balm, because if you guys wear makeup and you wear a lot of makeup, and if you're using makeup wipes to remove your makeup, then look no further. Please throw away your makeup wipes and use a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. It's way more effective, more efficient, and it's more gentle on your skin, and it's faster, way faster. This is the one that I've been loving lately. I've been obsessed with this. Kendra actually discovered it, but I started using it first. This is the Oat Cleansing Balm, and this says it helps remove makeup and cleanse sensitive skin. I've been seeing this brand everywhere, and this particular product caught my attention first because I love a good balm cleanser to remove my makeup. And I also like to use it on the days that I'm not wearing makeup to remove all the dirt, oil, and sunscreen from the day. I just started doing that because I used to be someone who only used cleansing balms just to remove my makeup, and then I would go in with a separate cleanser. This is pretty much a dupe for the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, and that is amazing. I like the rose one, but that's like, I think $20 to $30. If I'm not mistaken, I think it goes up to $30. This is pretty much the exact same thing. Y'all, this is so buttery, but it's also like super, super easy to rub in. It's fragrance free. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm pretty sure all of the Inculus products are fragrance free. Oh, okay. All the ones I've tried at least. But this is just so easy to rub in. It basically just turns into a nice balmy oil, and you just massage it in. You can use a makeup eraser, or you can mix it in with water to emulsify it, and then you just rinse it off and go in with your next cleanser for the double cleanse. But this stuff, y'all, it's amazing. This basically just says you can use it AM or PM, but I recommend PM. Me personally, I have oily skin, so I only use this at night. And it just says you just gently massage a small amount onto damp skin, and you rinse with water. I don't know why it says damp face. I like to go in on my dry skin. Don't wet it before you apply the balm cleanser. If you're using any kind of oil or balm cleanser, apply it to dry face first. Dry skin first. I wouldn't recommend doing it damp because it's not gonna get everything off if you already have water on your face. I was very shocked the first time I tried this because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it would work as well as my expensive oil cleansers, but it works just the same. So the second step is, of course, a regular cleanser. You're going to need, I prefer a gel cleanser, but whatever kind of cleanser you like, you can use, but we have mostly gel cleansers here. So the first one I'm gonna mention is the one that I mentioned in the last video, which is the CeraVe Renewing SA Cleanser. So a salicylic acid cleanser is a really good step if you don't have any kind of other actives in your skincare routine, so any other serums or anything. This is kind of like a one-stop shop where you can get like the chemical exfoliation and that good deep cleanse. So this is a very gentle cleanser. It's not super irritating, it's not super drying, and this is non-comedogenic. Oh yeah, and it says non-drying and non-irritating, so I was right. I've been using this for about a year on and off, and I love this as a body cleanser, but this is also a really good face cleanser. So if you are someone who likes salicylic acid in your skincare routine, this is really good. Or if you're new to salicylic acid, introducing one in a cleansing form is a really good first step because it's not like a huge commitment. You rinse it right off. But I will say, when you use active cleansers like this, I would leave it on for at least a minute to like get it to do, you know,
yeah, let it, you know,
the work,
seep into the skin really nicely.
Yeah, so sometimes with cleansers like this, I'll just cleanse my face like normal. Sometimes I'll use like my Lunaforio with something like this, and then I'll just brush my teeth and let that sit. And however long it takes to brush my teeth, then I'll rinse it off. And it's pretty effective that way. And if you guys are not familiar with salicylic acid, it's oil soluble, so it's really good for very oily skin. So if you have really oily and acne prone skin, then this is the cleanser for you.
And if you actually have some actives in your routine and you want a more simple gel cleanser, I highly recommend this one from CeraVe. I've been using this one for about 4 years. This is their foaming facial cleanser for normal to oily skin. And I love this one. It has ceramides in it, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. It's amazing. So I've been using this one on and off for like the past like 3 or 4 years. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite cleansers of all time. It's just like a no-brainer for me. It doesn't irritate my skin because my skin, it's very sensitive, and sometimes I don't understand what it's doing. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But this is always something that gets my skin back on track if I just need to like regroup and just recenter my skin. This is a really good cleanser to reintroduce into my skincare routine, and I'm obsessed. So this is a really good, simple cleanser. So next we both have one more cleanser to mention. Well, 2 more cleansers to mention, because this is another step that I like to add into my routine. Kind of like what Kendra just said, like if you have a cleanser with active ingredients in it, you can just leave it on your skin and let it sit for like a minute so that it can do the work that it needs to do.
And then you rinse off.
And then you rinse it off. So I have another CeraVe product to mention, and this is one of their newer cleansers. This is their Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser with 4% benzoyl peroxide acne treatment, and this is a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. So after I do my balm cleanser, my gel cleanser, I do this.
So you triple cleanse.
I triple cleanse. If you guys saw my unsponsored skincare routine from last year, you guys know that I triple cleanse because I'm crazy. And I feel like
only if your skin can handle that.
Only if it can handle it, but at the same time, I feel like if you're gentle enough on your skin, then you'll be fine. I just like to make sure everything is off, especially when I'm wearing makeup. But this is the 3rd cleanser that I like to go in with because I kind of use it kind of like a mask, low-key. Like Kendra said with the CeraVe Salicylic Acid Cleanser. She leaves that on. I like to leave this on while I'm brushing my teeth. So I do the exact same thing that you said you do with that. So like whatever time it takes me to brush my teeth, I just leave this on, let it do its thing. Especially if I have like an active like blackhead or pimple, this clears it up super fast. Like if I have like a blackhead or a pimple, it's gone in like 2 days with this. It just says it clears acne, pimples, and blackheads. It does. It helps prevent new acne and allows skin to heal. It maintains the skin barrier, which is very important. And it leaves skin feeling comfortable because some benzoyl peroxide cleansers I've tried in the past
very dry
have made my skin feel so dry, and I'm oily, so that's saying a lot. And it makes my skin feel uncomfortable. So I like that this says it leaves the skin feeling comfortable.
And most benzoyl peroxide leave-on products are super dry.
Extremely. So that's why I like a cleanser form.
Yeah. And a lot of benzoyl peroxide products you can't mix with other ingredients. So I feel like a cleanser is the best way to go.
Yeah.
I also have a benzoyl peroxide cleanser here, but this is from a brand called Panoxyl. This is their acne foaming wash. This is benzoyl peroxide 10% maximum strength.
Oh damn.
Even though this is 10%,
Mine is only
very,
4.
very gentle.
Oh, it is?
Surprisingly, when I first started using this, I was a little nervous because I was like, okay, this might dry out my skin. But this is really good at killing the bacteria on your skin to prevent like more breakouts from forming as well. I'll use this the same way I said I would use the salicylic acid cleanser. So this will be my 2nd cleanse. I don't triple cleanse. That's Kelsey do that. But I can't do that for me because my skin will get irritated. So I'll just do this as my 2nd cleanse after a cleansing balm. So this works really well as my 2nd cleanse in the double cleansing process. And like I said, it's very gentle. I'll use this with like my Lunaforia. I'm currently using this in my routine now. And I only use this at night, and I'll use it 3 times a week. I won't use it more than 3 times a week. So this is really, really good and effective. It's only $10. I was super surprised that my skin was not irritated with this because when I saw 10%, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that's when you just said 10%. I didn't realize it was because reading this and saying 4%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4% and 10%, that is a big difference. But I get why you only use it 3 times a week. I use mine 5 times a week because it's only 4%.
So if you find that salicylic acid may not be working for you, maybe you should switch to a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. That may be more effective for you. So, you know, everybody's skin is different. You never know until you try it to see what works. But make sure you stick with it. You have to be consistent. You can't just use it for like a week and expect, you know, all your breakouts to be gone. This works really good, I noticed, over time. So you have to be very consistent with it. Even though it says 10%, you still have to be consistent, and you can't expect a miracle with any kind of skincare product. This super affordable, and it works amazingly. You can also use this on your chest and your back. So you can also use this as a body cleanser as well. Okay, so I feel like every routine needs a chemical exfoliant in it, whether you use it a few times a week or just once or twice a week. I think it's extremely necessary to use a chemical exfoliant because they really help get deep into the pores and clear anything out, and it's a gentle way of exfoliating without you having to use anything with beads in it, because physical exfoliant, I'm sure most of you know, are way too harsh on the skin and it creates damage over time. So be mindful if you're using any kind of scrub right now, make sure it's super gentle, but I prefer chemical. So that brings me to my next product. This is from Paula's Choice. This is the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, and this is salicylic acid, another salicylic acid product. And this is the full size actually, but I wanted to mention the travel size because the travel size is only $10. So if you only use it about 2 times a week, then that size will last you a while. But I specifically like this because this is one of the first chemical exfoliants I tried. Because before I think I tried this, I didn't know that much about chemical exfoliants, to be honest. So I didn't know anything about AHAs or BHAs or anything like that. But this is one of the first ones that I tried. And this one, I must say, I was very shocked when I tried it because my skin just looked so smooth. This gives
very
you
glowy
glass skin. This is like what this gives you, like that glassy, glowy look.
It does.
This does that, and it also helps with pores. So if you have large pores, this is very, very helpful. This actually recommends that you only use it once or twice daily, but I recommend that you only use it
about 2 to 3 times
about
a week.
2 or 3 times a week, especially if you have sensitive skin, because if you over exfoliate your skin, you're gonna over dry your skin and over sensitize your skin.
Yes, and damage your skin barrier.
Yes. Exactly. I've seen some people use this during the day and it says follow with sunscreen, but I prefer to use this at night. Any kind of exfoliant I prefer to use at night. Just because I just feel like it's too much, especially if you're going into the sun. Even if you wear sunscreen, it's just too much in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so moving on to serums. This is a step where people incorporate some sort of treatment or something that's very hydrating. Just depends on your skin type and what your skin needs. Personally, I think everybody needs a really good niacinamide serum in their routine because it works really, really well pretty much in any routine you put it in. The one I have here is the one from The Ordinary. This is their niacinamide 10% plus 1% zinc. This one I only use it at night because for some reason The Ordinary niacinamide, you can't use it with vitamin C, but it didn't matter to me because I only wanted to use this at night anyway because I don't really like a lot of steps in the morning. I'm just lazy and I just don't feel like doing all that. Nighttime, I feel like I have more time. I take my time at night. So niacinamide has been a really good addition to my skincare routine. I've seen a huge difference since I started using this. Niacinamide, if you guys aren't sure what it is basically like a B vitamin. It's like B3 or something.
I think it's in the B vitamin family.
It's in the B vitamin family, and it's really good for your skin if you have oily skin because it helps absorb like excess oil. It's also good for brightening. It's just good for a lot of stuff. And
calming.
It's calming.
Like if you have a lot of redness.
Yes. It's also really good to combine with retinol, which is a very good step to incorporate in your night routine as well. And this one is only like $5-6. You can't really beat it.
So I have 2 serums to mention, and they're both from the Inky list. And the first one that I'll mention is also a niacinamide serum. This I love. So I like niacinamide for the morning. So this is in my morning routine. If you guys have seen my morning routine, then you know I also use the Naturium one as well, but that one's about $20. So I wanted to keep all the prices very low for this video. But this one I like a little bit more because of the consistency. It's super lightweight, so I use about 3 drops after my vitamin C. So this one actually works well with vitamin C. So I love, love, love this one so much. It is amazing at controlling oil, and on the side it actually specifically says helps control excess oil. And that statement is very true with this product because I feel like I have the best skin to test that theory out on because I'm extremely oily. Like y'all probably see me get oily during videos. I'm oily, okay? So this is amazing under makeup as well. I love this stuff. It's amazing. The consistency, like I said, I love. It's beautiful and it's super, super lightweight and easy to like pat in and rub into the skin. And like I said, I only do about 3 drops, so it'll last a while. This is a small bottle, but you only need a few drops. And then the other serum that I have to mention is their hyaluronic acid. I feel like most people know what hyaluronic acid is. If you don't by now, girl, you late. But this is basically for hydrating. This is really good before any moisturizer that you use. So hydrating serums basically help with plumpness and just making the skin look youthful. So that's basically what hyaluronic acid is. It's for hydration, not moisturizing. Those are two different things. I feel like people confuse the two. Hydrating and moisturizing, two different things. This says helps hydrate the skin on the side. So I like to use hyaluronic acid at night or the morning. It just depends on how my skin feels. So hyaluronic acid is a very versatile product. I feel like you can move it around at night, morning. It don't really matter. So I like to use this at night after my retinoid that I get from my dermatologist. So that's just where this is in my routine currently. But like I said, it switches around depending on how my skin is doing. Super cheap. I use about 3 drops. It's bomb. Super lightweight. I didn't want to drop my niacinamide because I feel like it's more, you know, valuable to me.
Got it.
And I don't want to waste it. But this consistency of the hyaluronic acid serum is also so nice. It's very watery, super easy to pat into the skin. But some serums I feel like they're too thick because like I can't always pat them in, which is annoying because I have another serum that's extra expensive that I use at night. My osmosis serum. You guys saw me use that in my unsponsored skincare routine video. That is a little thicker, so I can't really pat it in as well. I have to go in and rub it in like towards the end of my, you know, patation. But these you can pat the whole time.
And I prefer to pat rather than rub anyway.
Same, me too.
With this as well, this works better if you pat it in. It's super lightweight, but I still like the way it works when I pat it in rather than rubbing. So pat. Okay, so next, moisturizers. So moisturizers are super important, of course, because you want to seal everything in and, you know, protect the skin. Obviously, it's extremely important. It's just as important as cleansing. So cleansing is extremely important, and also moisture. So the product I have here is also from CeraVe. This is their daily moisturizing lotion. So if you guys have been on the search for a very lightweight, fragrance-free, super simple moisturizer, I highly recommend this one. Super helpful if you have very problematic skin. Even if your skin isn't problematic, if it's just normal, you would love this.
You want something simple.
This bottle was $10, and this is a lot of moisturizer. This says for normal to dry skin. It has 3 essential ceramides in it, and it also has hyaluronic acid. I mostly like it for summer though. I feel like you need something a little bit thicker if you get more dry in the winter time, but this is great for spring and summer.
So speaking of being dry, I highly recommend the CeraVe moisturizing cream. So this is the cream version of the lotion that Kendra just mentioned. So this is great if you're extra dry in the wintertime or just year round in general. It's a little bit thicker than the lotion, so you only need a little bit of this. A little bit goes a long way. I don't have it with me today, but the entire jar is about $13, and that is really good for a jar that big because like I said, you only need a little, so it's gonna last you a very long time. It's super simple, has the same ingredients, has some hyaluronic acid in there, so you can skip this step if you want. I'm extra, so I do both. I also like the moisturizing cream because it helps to protect the skin barrier. I feel like the protection of the skin barrier is not talked about that often.
Yeah, a lot of people,
they talk about exfoliation, but they forget about the skin barrier. But you have to make sure that skin barrier is nice and thick so that the skin is nice and protected and durable. Like that's how you have long-lasting youthful skin. Because you can have it for a moment and look all glowy, but if you're not rebuilding that skin barrier, then you're gonna look older faster. And speaking of protecting the skin, all of this, all right here, is useless.
A waste of time
if you're not using sunscreen. This is from Innisfree. This brand is on Sephora. This is their daily UV defense sunscreen, and this is the broad spectrum SPF 36. This is actually the most expensive product out of this whole video. I think this is about $15, but you need a sunscreen in your routine. I really like this one a lot because it doesn't leave a white cast, and as you know, as a brown girl, it's very hard to find sunscreens.
Very hard.
That are affordable, that do not leave a white cast. So you can find some that don't leave a white cast.
Like $30.
They're kind of up there in price, yeah. Too high for like most people to want to spend their money on sunscreen because I go through sunscreen extremely fast, and I don't always want to keep repurchasing like a $30, $40 sunscreen.
And there are really cheap ones, but they just make you look ashy.
Very ashy.
So,
and they either feel like too grainy.
Yeah, like the texture is
weird. Yeah. This one just feels like a really nice lotion, honestly.
Yes, and it's good for darker skin tones.
And it rubs in so well.
You just gotta work it in there really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll kind of like sink into the skin.
See? No white cast.
There you go.
Look at that. So yeah, highly recommend this one if you've been on the search for one that is not super expensive. Love this one. So the two products that we did not mention in this video are vitamin C and retinol. And that's specifically because in our opinion, I feel like that is where you should actually fork out the bucks in your routine.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend investing in a really good vitamin C and a really good retinol because those are active serums, and all active serums are not created equal.
No, they're not.
Some of them just have retinol on it and they hardly have any retinol in it.
It's like a drop. Like not enough.
It's a waste of money.
Nothing really effective.
Exactly. So if I'm going to be spending my money on an active serum, it needs to have actives in it. You know what I mean?
And vitamin C is a little bit more tricky because they're not all stable.
Yeah.
And when I say stable, like it depends on the packaging, the way it was formulated. And good vitamin C serums are going to be a little bit more pricey. So if you're looking to invest in one, then make sure you do your research.
Definitely. Because I wasn't going to sit up here and lie to y'all and say, oh, try this vitamin C, because I haven't tried one that's not on the pricier side that's actually giving me results.
Right.
So just putting that out there. Retinol as well. I'm super picky with retinol.
Yeah, me too.
There are a lot that have not worked for me, and the ones that have, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Which is why they're not in this video. Okay. And if you have very problematic skin and you have really bad acne prone skin, I highly recommend just going to a dermatologist, because there's only so much that you can do yourself. There's only so many different products you can try. Just go to a professional. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
Okay guys, so that wraps up our second episode of our Beauty on a Budget series. Let us know if you're currently enjoying this series and if you found any good products so far since you watched the last one, and let us know if you're going to purchase anything from this one. Again, all the products will be in the description box below if you guys would like to purchase anything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.